Last year, I reviewed the film adaptation of the young adult novel known as Divergent for its 10-year anniversary. Now, a year after, we got a sequel, which is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Get ready, because I'm about to continue the Divergent series with a review of Insurgent. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2015 dystopian sci-fi action flick Insurgent, also credited as the Divergent series Insurgent. Released by Summit Entertainment and directed by Robert Schwentke, who took over the role from Neil Berger, who returns as executive producer of the film. Shailene Woodley and Theo James return and features supporting cast members including Octavia Spencer, Naomi Watts, Suki Waterhouse, Rosa Salazar, Daniel Day Kim, Johnny Weston, MJ Anthony, and Kanan Lonsdale. The film was released on March 20th, 2015. Henceforth, today is the film's 10-year anniversary. And it was released a year after its predecessor, Divergent, came out. Now, if you have not seen my review of Divergent yet, I advise you to click on that card right there so you can catch it in case you might miss it or if you want to see it again. Now, this, of course, is based on the book of the same name by Veronica Roth. And this takes place 5 days after the previous installment. It continues to follow the soldier Tris Pryor, the Dauntless leader, of course, and others. Anyway, this film did pretty well and what have you. Despite getting mixed and what have you, but still, it got better reception. Alright, now for the story. 5 days after the assault on the Abnegation faction by the eroded leader, Janine, and her mind-controlled Dauntless soldiers, Janine has declared martial law, insisting the Divergents and their allies are the enemies. Among the Abnegation wreckage, the Dauntless leaders Max and Eric recover a box with all 5 faction symbols on its sides. Janine presumes it contains data from the city's founders and the means to end the Divergence problem. As only Divergents can open the box, she orders all of them to be captured. Divergent Beatrice Pryor, or Treese for short, her boyfriend Four, brother Caleb, and Dauntless troublemaker Peter hide in the Amity compound led by Johanna Reyes. Eric tests the occupants for Divergence. Peter reveals their location as the others escape on a train to factionless territory. Four discloses that the factionless, that his real name is Tobias Eaton, son of leader Evelyn, whom he resents for leaving him with his abusive father Marcus. At the factionless compound, Evelyn proposes a dauntless factionless alliance against Rudite, but Ford declines. The following day, the three leave for Candor to meet up with the remaining Dauntless who were giving shelter there, including Tori and Teresa's best friend Christina. During the trek, a disheartened Caleb splits from the group. Upon arrival, Teresa and Four are arrested and brought before Candor leader Jack Kang, who intends to deliver them to Jenny. However, Ford pleads for a trial using Candor's truth serum. The serum reveals the real events, and they are absolved. But Treese tearfully admits to killing Christina's lover, Will, which angers her. The Dauntless, aligned with Jeanine, attack Candor, injuring many with metal discs. Max and Eric capture Treese, revealing she has a divergent reading of 100%, making her ideal for opening the box. Four saves Treese and kills Eric for his crimes. Meanwhile, Janine, frustrated by the failed Divergent subjects in the simulations, is approached by Peter, who suggests exploiting Treese's selfless abnegation upbringing to reach her. Back at the factionless base, Ford reluctantly agrees with Evelyn that war is inevitable. Janine activates the disc, a mind control device that causes Christina and her friends Marlene and Hector to walk robotically towards a ledge and ask for Teresa's surrender. Teresa and Tori manage to grab Christina and Hector in time, but Marlene plunges to her death. Overcome by guilt, Teresa decides to turn herself over to Janine. Excuse me. At the Erudite headquarters, Teresa threatens to kill herself rather than comply, but she's stopped by the presence of Caleb, who is fully committed to Erudite. Teresa agrees to undergo the trials if the suicides cease. Under Janine, Caleb, and Peter's watch, Teresa overcomes the first four simulations before she requires rest. Now I'm going to do the final act in the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below as I count down now. If you've seen this already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. The next day, after discovering that Ford was captured while he tried to rescue her, Therese fails the Amity trial, and her vital signs cease shocking Janine. Peter takes her body to Ford, reveals he faked her death, and assists him in overpowering the guards. Therese is now determined to unveil the box's message, so with Peter's help, they return to the simulation room. She successfully opens the box in front of everyone. A hologram explains that the walled city and the faction system were part of an experiment with the Divergent as its ultimate goal. The world is waiting outside for them to rejoin it. Realizing she has lost, Janine orders the box buried and Ford and Therese executed. However, the factionless burst in, incapacitate Max, and rescue them. Janine and Caleb are arrested, and the message is broadcast citywide. Celebrated as a hero, Therese is eager to explore the outside world. In her cell, Janine wonders about life beyond the wall. Evelyn tells her she will never know and kills her. End of story. So, what did I think of Insurgent? Well, I thought I enjoyed this a little bit more than Divergent in ways. Certainly. Many people consider this to be an improvement over that film, with the visual style, action sequences, and Shailene Woodley's performance being singled out for praise. However, criticism was focused on the film's storyline and derivative nature. Nevertheless, the film was a success, going on to make $297 million worldwide against its $110 million budget. Which, yes, I was correct. It just narrowly out surpassed its predecessor in ways, since, yeah, because it made more than the $288 million its predecessor made. I think this was pretty cool and pretty action-packed and what have you. And I gotta agree, I think I enjoyed it just a tiny bit more. But even so, I like both Divergent and Insurgent for different reasons. But hey, it's hard to explain, but I know they're both pretty good and what have you. Though the film sits at a mere 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, they say Shailene Woodley gives it to her all, but the film is still a resounding step back for a franchise struggling to distinguish itself from the dystopian YA crowd. Metacritic has a score of 42, while audiences at CinemaScore gave it an average grade of an A-. Many critics praised Woodley's performance as well as some of the main cast. Daniel M. Kimmel said in New England Movies Weekly, Woodley does solid work here as she's done elsewhere and continues to be someone to watch. Someone on RogerEbert.com wrote, Woodley herself almost single-handedly saves these films from being just another overwrought dystopian nightmare. Certainly. Kenneth Turan of the LA Times called it a more effective, adult-friendly film than its predecessor. However, it still receives considerable amount of negative criticism. Time Magazine's Richard Corliss said, with repeat itinerary, the film is less a sequel than a remake. The movie has an ordinary middle chapter scenario and less Empire Strikes Back than Attack of the Clones. Well, that's understandable. The story is fine and what have you. I don't care what they say. But even so, I still had a lot of fun with it. And like I said, its action was pretty cool and what have you. This film got nominated for numerous Teen Choice Awards, and Shailene Woodley won the Choice Movie Actress for Action, and also won the Choice Movie for Lip Lock with her and Theo James. She also won Favorite Action Movie Actress at the People's Choice Awards. Yes, they have Joseph Trapanese on board to do the score for the film. I think this was really cool because since this would be different, the film relied on the score instead of a song-based soundtrack, which is darker and more intense than the first one. Definitely. And I gotta say, it's really cool and what have you. For our cast, we have Shailene Woodley back on board as Treese, and I'm saying she's still good just like last time. Theo James, still good as 4. Yep, very good. Kate Winslet's back as Janine. Miles Teller plays Peter Hayes. He's still good. Ansel Elgort played Caleb. He's good. Jai Courtney as Eric. Good. As for others, we have Octavia Spencer as Johanna Reyes. She's good. Ray Stevenson as Marcus. Good. Zoe Kravitz as Christina. Maggie Q as Tori Wu. Mackay Pfeiffer as Max. Daniel Day Kim as Jack Kang. And Naomi Watts as Evelyn Johnson Eaton. Yes. Anyway, this is really cool and what have you. We also have Tony Goldwyn and Ashley Judd as Teresa's deceased father and mother, who is in Jeannie's simulation Teresa undergoes as well. So you gotta admit that the cast is pretty good too. So overall, I don't find this to be completely bad and what have you. This film is a little bit of a big step up from the first film, even though I did like Divergent, but I enjoy Insurgent a little more because it was pretty cool and had a lot of good action and what have you. A year later, the following year, they would put out Allegiant, the third installment, which unfortunately didn't do so hot. But I'll tell you more about that when that time comes next year and what have you. So that's that. With everything said, I think Insurgent's a good film and a good follow up to Divergent. It's got a great cast and characters. The story's not too bad, despite what they say, but it has good action sequences and good visuals and a good score and what have you. So this is worth looking into. So I would say maybe I'd say sure go ahead or no, I'm gonna make it draw between sure go ahead and give it a one-time watch. If you're a hardcore completionist, that is, of the Divergent series. So that's about it. So what did you think of Insurgent? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel. Give them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you like as well. And next time I'll be bringing to you a re-review, a solo re-review of Escape to Witch Mountain. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the second installment of another dystopian sci-fi film series, and that's The Hunger Games, in the form of Catching Fire. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of The Maze Runner, which look for a review of its sequel coming up later on this year. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see last year's big hit of a sci-fi film, Dune Chapter 2. And the bottom right corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.